The restaurant buzzed with soft chatter, silverware clinking against plates, and the faint hum of a jazz tune playing in the background. Among the crowd of suited professionals and wealthy diners, a young waitress named Aisha moved quickly between tables. Her uniform was a bit worn, her shoes slightly scuffed, but her eyes carried a quiet determination. She wasn't just working for tips as she was working for her future. It had been a hard year. Her mother was sick, her younger brother's school fees were overdue, and their small apartment rent had piled up. Aisha had dreams far beyond the small cafe tilde copyright. She wanted to study languages and become a translator, but dreams, she had learned, don't come easy when you're struggling just to get by. Still, she never let hardship dull her kindness. She served every customer with a smile, even when exhaustion pulled at her every step. That evening, a group of businessmen entered, a clearly important people. They were dressed in tailored suits, their watches worth more than Aisha could earn in a year. Leading them was a tall man with confident eyes and a sharp smiley, Mr. Raymond, the CEO of a global tech company. He was known for his intelligence, his arrogance, and his love for testing people. The kind of man who enjoyed proving that no one was smarter than him. Aisha approached their table politely. "Good evening, sir. What would you like to order?" she asked. Raymond barely looked up from his phone. "Just bring us your best coffee," he said dismissively. But as he finally looked up, his gaze lingered on her name tag. "Aisha," he said thoughtfully. "That's an Arabic name, isn't it?" "Yes, sir," she replied. "My father was a teacher. He taught me a few languages before he passed away." Raymond's eyebrow lifted with mild curiosity. "Languages, huh?" he said, his tone teasing. "How many do you know?" "Four fluently," she replied calmly. "And I'm learning two more." The table burst into quiet laughter. One of the men muttered, "A waitress who speaks 6 languages? That's rich." Aisha blushed but stayed silent. Raymond leaned forward, smirking. "All right then," he said, pulling out his phone. "Let's make it interesting." He opened a document filled with text written in Japanese, a language few could understand without years of study. "Translate this for me," he said. "If you get it right, I'll give you my monthly salary." The other men laughed loudly now. "Come on, Raymond. That's $500,000. She'll probably say it's Chinese." One joked. Aisha froze. $500,000. That was enough to pay off her debts, help her mother, and go back to school. But she also knew this was his way of mocking her. Still, she nodded. "All right, sir," she said quietly. Raymond handed her the phone, confident she'd fumble. But as Aisha's eyes moved across the text, her expression changed. She took a deep breath and began translating fluently. Her voice was soft, steady, and precise. The words rolled out effortlessly, each sentence perfectly capturing the meaning and tone. By the time she finished, the table had fallen silent. Raymond stared at her, his smirk gone. "How did you he began. "My father taught Japanese for 10 years before he died," she explained gently. "He used to make me read his old textbooks. I guess some of it stayed." The CEO leaned back in his chair, stunned. For a moment, his pride cracked. Then, unexpectedly, he laughed, not mockingly this time, but with genuine admiration. "You're something else," he said. "You actually did it." The others were still speechless. Raymond pulled out his wallet and placed a thick envelope on the table. "I can't give you my entire salary," he said with a grin, "but I can give you something better. A job." Aisha blinked in disbelief. "A job?" "Yes," he said. "I need someone who understands people and languages, someone smart. I'll pay for your training and your mother's treatment. If you can translate that, you can handle anything." Tears welled in her eyes. She had walked in that morning as a waitress, invisible to most of the world. And now, by the end of her shift, her life had changed forever. When she called her mother that night, her voice trembled with emotion. "Mama," she whispered, "you always said knowledge never goes to waste." Today, it saved us. Months passed. Aisha joined Raymond's company as a translator, quickly becoming one of the most trusted employees. Her dedication, humility, and brilliance earned her respect from everyone, even those who once laughed at her. She would often visit the cafe tilde copyright where it all began, tipping the waitresses generously and reminding them never to underestimate themselves. One evening, during an international conference, Raymond introduced her on stage. "This young woman," he said proudly, "taught me that real intelligence doesn't wear expensive suits, it wears courage, persistence, and heart." The crowd applauded as Aisha smiled, her eyes shimmering with gratitude. She had proved that life can change in a single moment, and not by luck, but by preparation meeting opportunity. And as she stood there, she realized something profound. Sometimes, the world only tests you to reveal who you truly are. Because when you believe in yourself, even laughter meant to mock you can become the applause that lifts you higher. Moral: never let anyone define your worth. The world may test you with arrogance, but if you stand your ground with knowledge and grace, you win every time.